Last night, Cavs hosted the Thunder. Guys, you know, I know most of us here are not watching every Cleveland Cavaliers game or every OKC game. Granted, what I will tell you is I got a lot more curiosity about those two teams because they are representing the East and the West. So last night, Cleveland was 31-4. They had won 10 games in a row, and they were hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder coming into that game were 30-5, and they had won 15 in a row. Both teams were balling. I did forget this. They lost in the championship game of the in-season tournament, so that doesn't count. I'm like, did they really win 15 in a row? Okay, whatever. They've won 15 in a row. Both teams are balling. I don't know if you guys saw the game last night. Just a great game. Great back and forth game. You get a real chance to see some of these phenomenal athletes in the NBA. And the Oklahoma City Thunder, how many dudes do they have? How many players do they have on top of how great Shai Gilgeous is? How many guys do they have that you're just like, God, where did this guy come from? Damn, that dude's a sniper. Does he ever miss? And I'm not even talking about their main players. I'm talking about just role players that are on that team. And then the Cavs, we got a chance to see them on New Year's Eve. I was so impressed. We got a chance to already see Cleveland twice this year. Lakers played them fourth, fifth game of the season. Cleveland blew them out. It was like, what the hell is that? I mean, is Cleveland good? I mean, how good are they? But you didn't really believe it fully. Okay. And then getting a chance to watch them on New Year's Eve, I'm like, not only are they legit, they play the Lakers a best of 7. They're winning 4-1. That's how far in front it felt like the Cavs were from the Lakers. So I'm watching the game last night. And one of the things I did like, I think there was a lot of NBA people going out of their way saying, this is such a phenomenal game. What a great matchup. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if this was the NBA Finals? Listen, I get it. A lot of, especially I'll use this fan base as an example, Laker fan base. Maybe you just want the big market teams. Maybe you just want, hey, I just want, if it's not a superstar, the Steph Currys, the KDs, the LeBrons, the Lukas, go down the list of just players that we're accustomed to watching. Well, I'm not as interested. That's some badass basketball from two teams. It's one of the things I think the NFL does it best. Here's what I think is a healthy league. A healthy league is when the season starts, everyone's got a shot. Everyone. The NFL, every single year, there's 6, 7 new playoff teams, which means theoretically, everybody's got a chance to make the playoffs, and that's all you're really asking for. There isn't a huge competitive advantage every year when the season starts. The NBA has really shifted towards that. So now a team like the Oklahoma City Thunder, a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers, if you got smart, good GMs, the market doesn't matter. You can put together a good team. Shai Gilgeous said this yesterday. I love Oklahoma City, and I can't see a world where I'm not in OKC. Guys, this is good for the league, where you have other cities out there that have a legitimate chance. And you know what it comes down to? Who the owner is, who the front office is, how well you draft, how well you develop. There's a lot of things that come into place, and OKC is a great example of it. Cleveland has certainly put together a good roster as well. I just thought it was great yesterday, theater. But you know what was also in the back of my mind watching this game? I'm like, Cleveland can't beat the Celtics in a 7-game set. In my head, I'm like, are the Thunder really going to make it to the NBA Finals? Are they old enough and experienced enough? So as I'm watching the game yesterday, and as much fun as it was and everything else, I found myself pausing and still saying to myself, yeah, I'm just not sold. This is not uncommon in sports. Until you see a team win it all, or a franchise win it all, or get to the NBA Finals, you're like, yeah, I don't think they're going to do it. That's kind of where I am with both of these teams. If you told me right now, Cavs or Celtics 7-game set, I'm picking the Celtics. Not because I know 100% the Celtics are better than the Cavs. I just know that they've gone through it so many different times, and Tatum and Brown have been in the playoffs and the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals, and then finally last year won it all, that I trust in them more than I trust in the Cavs. The Thunder are phenomenal, but if you told me they're playing a healthy Dallas team in the Western Conference Finals, or a healthy Nuggets team. I don't know if that's a good example because Denver's not as good. I have some hesitation. Houston, I have some hesitation. Memphis, I have some hesitation. So as great as that game was, I don't know if I'm sold on both of those teams, obviously being the squads to represent the East and the West when the dust settles. Just lost my voice. I just went through puberty. All right, let me get a couple supers here. I put one more response to support the Zach quote. I put one more response. Judah, thank you for the super. I appreciate you. I don't know how I'm going to find your chat. There's a lot of people on the chat here. All right, let me see if I can. I don't know what you're referring to. Let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, put it in again. Put it in right now, and if I see it, I see it. All right, let me get another super in here. Thank you for the supers, by the way. Appreciate that. Joined late this morning. Thanks for always streaming. You're welcome, buddy. Don't worry about me streaming. I'm enjoying doing it. So a lot of this is just driven by, honestly, by you guys. If I feel like, hey, you know what? We got something here. People are enjoying it. They like it. They want to be here. That's motivation to me as well. All right, let me see a couple of these here. Both of these teams are beatable. They both have flaws. OKC is too small and has no perimeter shooting. The Cavs are shooting at an unprecedented rate that will eventually regress. Yeah, listen, whether both of those are true or not, I do know this. They're doing this without Chet. I mean, Chet's going to come back, and they don't need to just depend on Chet now. They'll have Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein. So I do think they address what they needed to address for the playoffs. But until I see it, they are incredibly young. The Cavs piece of it, 2 games we've seen them against the Lakers, I'm like, what the hell is this team? Do these guys miss? All right, if you enjoyed this clip and you want more, just subscribe to the channel. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the Sliwa Show. And then after every Lakers game, post-game show right here.